Hello and welcome back to the Abundant Joy Tarot. This is Ade and I'm happy to have you here with me today. So this is going to be the second reading for these selected energy piles that we chose at the beginning of the week. So over the past couple of weeks, those who've been tuning in, I've been doing daily reads with these three, whatever the three piles are we pick at the beginning of the week. This week I chose to do the weekly collective reading, which you'll also find a link to in the description. And then we chose these piles. I did a daily reading, and then I did another reading, which if you have not checked out, you can certainly find it on the channel. It's What's Hidden from Me, and it was using these same piles. So if you tuned in on Sunday or for the other reading or whatever it is, and you chose like the crow, the nightingale, or the turkey spirit, you want to follow that energy, then there's the Sunday daily read, there's the What's Hidden from Me read, and then there's the reading today. And the reading today is going to be on what does spirit or my spirit guides, if you don't walk with spirit guides, or if you don't believe you walk with spirit guides, then it'd be like the divine or your higher self. What do they need to tell you right now? What is an immediate message that will help you on your soul journey toward joy, love, and abundance? Okay, so that's what this is. I have prayed over these. I have been guided to which decks to pull from. So I pulled a bunch of cards, but I haven't done the readings yet. So I'm excited to explore the reading with you as we go through each of the piles. I did pull a stone specifically for this reading. So again, what do your spirit guides want you to know right now to help you to continue to move forward on your soul journey? So I don't know what it's going to be revealed here, but I'm excited and I hope you are too. So I will reveal to you again, remind you of the animal energy spirit that is covering this pile. And then also the stone that I pulled. And then you can hop into the timestamps, choose whatever pile. If you already know, okay, I'm following the crow, I'm going to go into that. Go ahead and click your timestamp and go right in. I'll see you in the reading. But let's go through these three piles just real quick. So pile 1 is card 17. It is the crow spirit, which is co-create with spirit. And we're all doing that. And the stone that I chose, inspire. So inspire is your stone for this reading. And we'll see how that gets played out in the reading. Inspire. Pile 2, Nightingale spirit. Love is all around. Okay. And so that is card 41. And your stone, nurture. Nurture. I'm already getting something on that, but we'll get into it in the reading. Nurture. And then pile 3 is going to be our turkey spirit over here with give with gratitude and grace, number 61. And the stone that I pulled for this pile, joy. I always love it when joy comes up. So joy. So we'll see how that gets played out. So those are your piles. Choose which one you feel is calling to you. You feel inspired to find out more about it. If it's more than one, check it out. There may be multiple messages for you because this is kind of a general reading. So see what comes out for you. If you're liking the readings that you're getting on this channel, please hit that thumbs up for me. Subscribe to the channel. That helps us to kind of get more people into the community and make sure that the videos actually get pushed out for anybody to see them. But again, I'm just happy to be here with whatever individuals tune in, because I know that you are here for a specific reason. And if you found this channel by the luck of the draw within YouTube, since I'm a pretty small channel, there's most likely a beautiful message for you, and I hope that you can fully receive it and that your spirit guides are supporting you and guiding you with the light of the divine into your most beautiful path in life. All right, so let's get into your readings, and I'll see you in there. Bye. Hello, pile 1. Welcome to your reading. So again, we're looking at what do your spirit guides want you to know right now to help you proceed on your path toward joy, love, and abundance. So let's get into it. So I did pull from 2 decks of tarot cards. So we'll look at that. I'm going to pull a couple of the oracle cards that I was guided to pull and see what comes up, and then we'll get into the tarot part of the reading. I know that these are the final cards, just from what I was told. And let's see what we've got. So from the shadow card, you've got disapproval. Showing your dissatisfaction will not earn you any more brownie points, and this may be a battle not worth fighting. There is nothing to be gained but wasted energy. And you all, wow, I've like heard this one really loud and clear in my head. This has to do with something to do with your work. Okay, so whether or not, depending on where you are in life right now, whether or not you're doing like a full-time job, you know, working for someone outside of yourself, or whether you're working for yourself, whether you're working from home, whether you are retired and working somewhere in community in some way, this can show up. But this is about attitude. This is about the energy that you put out is the energy that's going to come back to you. Okay, so there is a need for you. You know, someone told me once at a particular stage in my life, and they say, you need to stop being so irritated. Because I was irritated about everything. I was constantly like, I'm irritated by that, or I'm irritated, or whatever it might be. Frustrated. I'm irritated. I'm frustrated. And it was like, it became like a mantra in my head, and like everything was irritating. And so this is the message they're showing me, that I think to really express to you that if you find yourself, even if it's just in your own mind, going straight to your disapproval in a lot of situations, I want to encourage you and invite you to turn that on its heel and begin to, once you feel like disapproval is coming up, just try to shift it to, you know, what is working well in the situation. And I'm not saying that because you don't have a right to have disapproval. Absolutely, you need to have those feelings. But this card in particular, I think is really speaking to needing to articulate your disapproval on a regular basis, right? Understand that your energy, your emotions, your words in particular that are spoken out into the space are energy, and energy creates energy. Okay, so you want to be mindful of what it is that you're actually creating in your space, and particularly in spaces with community or coworkers or things like that, because it kind of can tumble in on itself. So that's the first thing that I'm getting for you all. It's an immediate message. Be mindful of I feel like the guidance is really about articulating disapproval, but I feel cautious about saying that, because I do not want you to receive that in any way is our day saying that you do not need to speak your mind, because you 100% need to speak your mind. Okay, but just be conscious of where and how often maybe you are expressing disapproval. Okay. And also, they're also telling me that when you feel like there is a disapproval, there's a need for you to check yourself a little bit. Okay, y'all. I know that might kind of sound a little crazy, but just to be clear that, like, why are you disapproving? Is oftentimes we are agitated by someone else because they are actually reflecting something about ourselves that we don't like. So Spirit is showing me this because I think there's a message in there for you all. If you are finding that you are disapproving, again, do not disapprove your, what am I trying to say? Like, don't disapprove. You have a right to have disapproval. I don't want you to neglect your real, true feelings. All I'm asking you to do is to investigate when you disapprove of something. Why do I disapprove of that? Why is that not working for me? And make sure you're really clear about what that is, and that it's not about something that's really maybe a little bit more about you than it is about the situation. Okay, so just something to think about as you are moving in your life. This is the Synchronicity Oracle deck, so it's also very interesting to me because it's just it's kind of random, but oftentimes it ties in. So this is interesting because you've got home. So whereas when I turned over the disapproval card, I really felt like it was very career oriented, but because this is coming right after, this may also for some of you all be in with regards to your home. And what I'm getting in regards to your home is that that some of you are existing in spaces. And I say that specifically, existing in spaces that you call your home. Oh, I'm going to have to turn off my air. Hold on one moment. Pause. Okay, so I'm back now, hopefully a little bit softer because the air can get very, very loud on the recording. So what I was saying was about this idea of home, that some of you are existing in spaces that are your home, that it's where you live, it's where you reside, but there is a disapproval from you in regards to your space and your environment. And what I'm really seeing is that there's a bit of apathy around dealing with that, dealing with your disapproval in your home. And so part of the message here is to be mindful that your environment, your external environment, your physical environment affects your mental environment as well, and vice versa. So it's important for you to be mindful of, even when there are little irritations within your home, like say you have a place that when you come home, you throw the mail down and you haven't dealt with it in a while. So it's like built up, right? Be mindful that little irritation, it's better to just actually go in and clean it up than to deal with the continued irritation, because it may seem small, but it sort of builds up. And so they're just showing me like a need for you to make some maybe small changes within your home environment that will elevate your level of approval, contentment within your home. All right, let's see how else this gets played out in the actual tarot reading, but that is what I'm getting on first hit. And then the other oracle card we have here to begin with, enlightenment. No, so this is a very profound card, and this is really talking about where you are, beloved, right now in your path on your soul journey, and is letting you know that you are going to be lightening up, if you will. You are going to become a little bit more buoyant and free. In order to do that, you've got to let loose some of these. It's so reminiscent of what I was saying earlier about when I said that my friend kept saying that you were irritated. I was irritated all the time because I kept saying it. That's kind of the way disapproval is. If you're constantly disapproving of everything in your life, it's like you're drawing the energy of more disapproval, being discontent and disapproving of more things in your life. And so just be mindful of that, because your spirit guides are trying to tell you that you're moving to a place in which you need to be lighter and freer to do the work that you need to do. And these little human things that we get caught in, emotions, right, can burden us. Like there's this sense of them wanting you to take the time that you're in right now to unburden yourself, lighten your load emotionally, physically in your home, and spiritually, okay? So that you are ready to jump full force into the work of enlightenment that you're already in, is what I'm getting, okay? It says positive changes are coming. You are lightening up, okay? So it's time for you to be a little bit more buoyant and free. Your connection to spirit is deepening, beloveds. Old beliefs about who you are and what you deserve in life are falling away and replenished, if you will, by incredible new paths. All right. So this is I feel like this is kind of the bulk of the message, but let's see what the tarot cards say for us. And I pulled from two different decks here, but so we've got the Hermit. Okay. The Eight of Cups. Wow. The Five of Wands. All right. The Ten of Materials, or the Ten of Pentacles in a typical deck. And the Six of Voices. Wow. Yeah, this journey, this path, this crew, this crow spirit crew, is in regards to the guidance that your spirits want you to know right now. you're on your path of transformation. What you need to do right now is you're going to need to pull in a little bit, all right? Because you've got this Hermit card. The Hermit card is really all about going within, almost like going in silence, like a monk would, right? Or going into a place of stillness in which you can go within yourself and listen deeply to yourself and let your internal guide be your outward guide within the world, right? Listening to the messages of your higher self and the divine that is guiding you, because divinity lives within you, remember? So tapping in within you is tapping into the divine within you and letting that divine guide you, right? In what, as I like to say, and I just lost the phrase, my steps. Yeah. Why am I'm totally spacing on it, but to take your steps, to guide your steps, into I'm getting new world. I was about to say the new world, and I stopped myself because I was like, well, that doesn't make sense. But it is your new world because you are going through a period of enlightenment and transformation. So that which you are able to perceive within the world is being elevated. So it will look different for you. It is a new world for you. But what is going to be important for you is to say yes, right? To embrace the new world, the new level of being. I go so far as anybody's watched the Matrix to take the red pill, right? It's to see the world in a different way and to fully embrace it. This Eight of Cups is all about leaving behind, yes, that which is not serving you, but it might not have been that bad. In other words, everything may be okay. It's not like you're running away from something, although you've got the Six of Swords. You've got both cards in the tarot deck that speak to moving away from something and moving toward something that is of a greater horizon. So it's like you are moving forward on your soul path and moving away from things that are no longer serving you. Both the Eight of Cups and the Six of Swords speak to that. Now, it's slightly different because the Eight of Cups is really talking about leaving a space that might not be so terrible, but you know that you want to get that Nine of Cups. You want to get your 10 of Cups. You know that there's something much better. If you don't know, your soul knows that there is something much better, bigger, greater, more in line with your purpose out there for you, and you are ready to take the risk to go forward and do that. Now, what's interesting here is that you've got now the Five of Wands, and the Five of Wands really speaks to creativity and passion, but conflict, right? Or competition, better said, right? So there may be that as you're beginning to take steps forward in a new direction, you may feel as if maybe all the people in your spaces are not aligned with you, or you feel like, oh, there's so many other people who are doing that work or thinking in that way, or whatever it may be, it's too much competition, right? You got to believe in yourself and move yourself forward. Allow the fire of the competition to elevate you to a higher level. Okay. And then you've got this beautiful 10 of Pentacles. And so this is like, to me, this is Spirit saying you are moving away from something that is not really fully working for you. Okay. It may be working in some ways, but it's not fully working for you. And it's going to lead you to a place of not just abundance, but overflowing abundance, community, connection, being in a place of stability, right? Stability, material stability, as well as like community, soul stability, right? It's like that happily ever after. Now, what's intense here is that you've got this Six of Swords, and I love this particular depiction of it because it's as if like the divine is telling you the road may be narrow, okay, that you need to take to be able to get to the place that's in alignment with your soul purpose. But the divine is guiding you and supporting you along it. And, it's like you're walking within the hand of the divine. So you are guided. It's just as if like she's on that one finger there, but the divine can literally just lay down the next finger and the step is sure. right? So there is a knowing here, because the Six of Swords really talks about being pulled away from something and toward gentler, calmer shores, and being led that way by the divine. All right. So this, in terms of overall guidance that I'm seeing for you all, in terms of immediate guidance that your spirit guides are wanting to tell you, is that you're on a path of transformation. You're going to have to leave some things behind. What will serve you right now is to tap into your inner world, get some quiet, some stillness, to be able to go within. If you can do that daily, I would highly suggest you do it. I don't have a lot of time on day. Take 5 minutes and get quiet and still, even if it's in the bathroom, okay? But just get still, drop in, breathe, and connect to the divine and your higher sense of self, and let it guide yours. Order your steps. There it is. Let the divine order your steps. Tell you what is the current step right now, and then show you what the next one is after you have proceeded, okay? But that requires faith. It requires patience. It requires listening. And in order to listen, you got to slow down enough to listen. But this is important for you all, because you're on a path of transformation and enlightenment. Now, in terms of like, what do you need to do? This is kind of like what I pulled these cards for. Now, you've got humanitarian. So there is, and Lord knows the world is needing that right now. But I think that if you can volunteer somewhere or do some work to support, even with all the tragedies that have recently gone on within the, really it's all over the world, but I'm in the United States, so I'm speaking to the recent storms here, but there are places all over this world that really need help. But if you can, tap into your humanitarian spirit, it will, one, help you to get out of your own mind and help you to see the bigger picture of what your enlightenment is about. I also feel like for some of you all, this will be helpful for you in helping you to stay in alignment with your ultimate purpose, or for some of you even to get clearer about your ultimate purpose. When we step out of ourselves and give to others, it opens a new doorway of understanding about who we are, what we value, and what we're here to bring to the world. Okay, so that's the first thing in terms of what you need to do. Seek out some charity or humanitarian action, a way to be of service, whatever that might be. And there's a lot of ways to be of service. And then for self-care, soak in a bath. Y'all and then this is, to me, this whole thing is all about getting time for self to tap in and hear your inner guidance. They are really right there with you. They're right on your shoulder. They're right by your ear, waiting for you to turn with intention to hear the guidance of your guides and the divine. Okay, so make time and space to be able to do that. And one way to do that is to soak in a bath. If you don't have a bathtub, take an extra little long time in the shower or whatever it may be. But just see if there's a way that you can be still. And I'm taking this as being still in water in some way. All right. And then the final guidance from the divine for you all. This is the Kuan Yin. Fearless. Look at that. Yeah. If there's a need for you to be fearless because you're going into spaces that are not yet formed, to be quite frank, they're not yet formed, and they're definitely not something you have yet experienced. So there is a need for you to lean into the divine and let the divine guide you on your journey to transformation, and whatever that might be on your individual path. Okay. Fearless is like this card, as she is taking the leap, this is saying now is the time to leap. Don't hesitate. Do not fear. You don't need to know how it is all going to work out. That's what that phrase is. Order my steps. Lord God, please order my steps. It means you may not see the whole staircase, as they say, but just what is my next step? Help me to know what the next step is. Okay. And so there's a need for you to be able to Trust and know that everything will work out perfectly, but it may come one step at a time. This is not a time to take small and tentative steps, though, either. This is the time to be bold, fearless, and step out into your divine purpose, okay? Your body will trust you and follow. And in this, Kuan Yin is saying, I will protect and guide you. Let us leap together fearlessly into the unfolding future of your divine destiny. It's going to be a wild ride, y'all, but it's going to be so incredibly beautiful. So allow yourself that energy of jumping full force into that which brings you joy, that what brings you passion. Okay, don't be scared to live with freedom and boldness. This is not the time to hold yourself back or play it small. If you're asking a question about a certain choice in your life, the oracle here says, yes, go for it. Don't overthink things, trust your instincts, and don't be afraid of leaping forward in your life with gusto. If you believe you aren't brave enough to make certain choices in your life, think again. You have a bolder, braver heart than you realize. Your spirit is fearless. Yes. Okay, so go out there and be fearless, y'all. Thanks for tuning in to the Abundant Joy Tarot channel. This is your message for today, pile 1, and I will see you in the next reading. This is going to conclude the readings for this crow spirit energy we've been walking with this week, but on Sunday I'll be doing a collective reading. I'm probably going to do another reading of some kind soon as well, and I will see you then. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit the thumbs up if you're liking what you're hearing, drop me a comment, let me know what resonates with you, and I'll see you next time. Okay, y'all, bye. Hello, pile 2, welcome to your reading. So if you chose the Nightingale spirit and the nurture stone, then this is going to be your reading in terms of what do your spirit guides want you to know right now to support you on your soul journey toward joy, love, and abundance. And so that is what we are getting into today. And your stone that you pulled was nurture. And when I turned the stone over when we were in the first overview, the first thing that I heard was nurture self. So I feel like, your initial guidance from spirit is to take a moment to smell the roses and nurture yourself in whatever way that looks like for you. I keep getting images of being in nature, so that may be a space in which you can really rejuvenate and nurture yourself. Some of you may not be nature people, and that is fine. When I say being in nature, for some of you, you're going to be wanting to get out there, take your shoes off, get your feet in the grass and do all that. Some of you, maybe it's just to go sit on a park bench or sit outside for lunch, allow the wind to hit you, allow yourself to be connected to the earth in gentle and in more profound ways. So that's the guidance that I'm initially having. And if it's something, if you're not someone who's like particularly a nature person, I would encourage you to do just that, to literally go to a park or go stand by side a tree and just connect. Just allow yourself to drop in and connect to the elements, right? Wind, water, the smell of the environment around you. Even if you're in a city, I know sometimes those smells are not super great, but just like connecting with the natural world is something that is going to support you. Let's look at what might be some shadow influences that they're also wanting to make you aware of. And you've got speechless. Interesting. This is really interesting because this is also the Nightingale pile. But let's see, it says, so when you cannot find your own words to express how you feel, find an alternative way to communicate. What you have to say is important for others to hear. This is so critical because the Nightingale spirit is one, it says love is all around you, but it's also that the song of the Nightingale is healing. It is melodic. It is meant to be heard. As small as this little bird is, or this little creature is, its voice is profound. And so the guidance here from Spirit is to be mindful of your voice. And if you've been following this pile for the couple of readings, I feel like that has been emphasized a couple of times, just in terms of paying attention to your throat chakra, paying attention to speaking your truth in all circumstances, trusting and knowing that it is imperative for you to speak your truth. Okay. Yeah. And the other piece about that is, like, it's okay sometimes if you don't have the right words, find other ways to express. And what I'm getting for you all is that may also be through sound, music. Okay. Sometimes the words do not express the energy or the emotion that we want to express, but sound can sometimes express that same frequency a little bit better for us. So look for ways to dive into sound yourself so that okay, sorry, I'm getting another. So the other message here is that for many of you who are listening, the way in which you can connect profoundly with the divine is through music. So allow that to be a vehicle for you to open up, whether or not when you sit in meditation, you have certain music that you listen to and just allow yourself go, or even if you're just like, there's certain music that you just listen to, you're not necessarily in quote unquote meditation, right? But allow the music to be a meditating force for you to connect internally with yourself and internally with the divine. Okay, because there are messages that will come to you through music. Some of you may actually even hear song lyrics, right? You may, if you are listening to something and a certain song lyric or phrase jumps out at you in kind of that way where it's like it just kind of stands out in the song, or you find yourself repeating it, that may be a message for you from the divine. So just be mindful of how you are connected with music and to the divine. All right. Synchronicity. You got fortune. Now it's interesting because this was in reverse. And again, this is an oracle card. So I don't necessarily read it in reverse, but the way I read that, or the energy that I felt when I flipped it over, was that in order for you to be able to allow the wheel of fortune to move in your direction, and this is like abundantly, you need to use your voice. You need to use your voice, okay? You need to speak what your desire is. You need to speak what you desire into existence. Use your voice. Even if you're not comfortable speaking like in big crowds of people or around other people, use your voice in the mirror to yourself. Use your voice in your prayer, but speak it out loud. I'm like feeling the urgency of speaking out loud. So I don't know if I've gotten louder in my speaking, but I just feel this sense of like being very clear that you need to use your voice, open your mouth and speak that which you desire, particularly when it comes to your fortune and your abundance. Say it out loud. Okay. If you can be out in nature and saying it out loud, that's even better. Okay. That's what I'm getting for you all. Growth. Beautiful. You are at a place of growth. Now, a lot of us are in a place of transformation, but here's the thing about growth. Sometimes growth can feel awkward, uncomfortable, even painful at times. I always think about like the adolescent or the preteen, I'm not going to say that word, so I'm not going to go there, but preteen, like boys. Whew, the awkwardness, okay? The awkwardness of those beloved children. But they're in a growth spurt, and then they'll come back. I think it's like, is it the summer of the 9th grade year? I think it's the summer, a lot of them, that summer of that 9th grade year, and they have shot up over the summer, just had a major growth spurt, okay? But it can be awkward and uncomfortable in the process, right? While it's happening. It can be It cannot be pleasant, right? And so I feel like for some of you all, you're kind of going through that right now. But you are reminded that beneath the surface of your life, there are miraculous changes. You know, it's kind of like, this is talking about the toadstools, and there's these things where like mushrooms are like underneath the surface of the forest. You don't see anything happening, and then all of a sudden it's like a whole community, right? A whole community of mushrooms will pop up, you know, because there's like, they've hit that growth spurt. They've been growing, they've been doing the work, but maybe it's been underneath the surface. So for you all, you may have been doing the work, but it's been underneath the surface. So something is stirring and occurring underneath the surface. Something that you thought was ordinary is in fact remarkable. You are in a time of rapid spiritual and material growth. Get ready and hang on for the ride, okay? So there's this sense of like what you have been working on is going through a growth period, and it might not be completely visible to you or the world, but you're going to see these bursts of growth spurts, and it's important for you to be ready. That's why things have been going on underneath the surface, because they're preparing you to be ready for this growth. Now let's look at what the tarot actually says and see if it helps flush out the story for us a bit. And you've got the 9 of Cups. Beautiful. Okay, we'll go through that. Yeah, this is the pile that did it a little bit different. So you got the Queen of Swords. A lot of gold. The 6 of Emotions, the 5 of Voices, and the High Priestess. Wow. Okay. Listen. So as I said before, there are things that are going on underneath the surface. You are being prepared. You are being prepared for a wish come true. And this feels like it is a wish from childhood. So it's going to be something that it's a long held, it may not be as far back as childhood, but it's definitely from the past. And it is a long held wish that some of you may have actually either forgotten about or given up on. Okay. But this wish is still fermenting, growing underneath the surface for you, okay? There is a need for you to be mindful of keeping a clear head about yourself, taking decisive action in your life when you feel pulled by your intuition and the divine to take action. Tap into this beautiful Queen of Swords energy. It's interesting on this particular card because it's like, this is the queen, and yet she's got these butterflies that are around her. And this particular queen has beautiful, actually, I just saw that. Like this particular queen, one is smiling, okay, and she's got these butterflies around her. And she's got 7 of them. Really interesting. Okay. So she's got 7 butterflies around them. 7 really vibrates on like a spiritual level. That number does. And the fact that there's 7 butterflies in this sort of sense of transformation. It's as if like this growth period that you're going through for you all is not the adolescent boy one. Although that's a significant one in the adolescent boy's life, I must note. But this is a significant growth period that your spirit guides are trying to make you aware of. And this is why they want you to know this now. And they want you to lean onto your intellect and your good mind, right? In terms of making right decisions for yourself, in terms of moving forward. Because this wish, as I said, is something that is coming from a place of nostalgia, a place of childhood rendering. But the sense that I'm getting is this, that Sankofa principle of go back and get it. So there's this sense of like you going back and getting something that your heart has desired for some time, but you've I'm literally almost seeing like you throwing it in the trash, like you not believing in it or not believing it's possible because it's been so long that you've gotten discouraged. All right. And you've also had conflict around you in regards to people maybe not agreeing with this vision or this dream or this way of being, this truth of who you are. Okay. You may have been in conflict around that. And the truth is that nobody wins when no one's listening. Okay. And it could be that you were in a situation or in an environment in which nobody was really listening. And then it got to the point where you weren't listening and you just allowed whatever it is that you most desire to just go by the wayside because it felt like it was easier. Okay. This is what they're showing me. So I think but for you, what the divine is saying is that you've got to tap back into your intuition. And some of you may have been feeling like you may have even recently gotten like signs or just inklings in yourself that kind of like reminded you of this deep wish that you've held, that you haven't really let come to the surface. And the fact that it's beginning to come back up into your mind's eye, into your consciousness, is causing you a little bit of distress, because one of the things is sometimes when we bury things because it's so painful to believe, it feels like it's too painful to continue to believe in something that we don't think is going to happen. Right? So it feels like at some point we get to a point where we're like, this thing is not going to happen. So I need to, because holding on to the hope of it almost feels more painful than not having it, if that makes sense. But for you all, that your spirit guides are saying that they need you to dream again. They need you to bring back into your mind and in your heart space that which you most desire, because the time is coming. The growth spurt is going to come from beneath the surface, and these wishes will begin to become a reality. So there's a real need for you all to fake it till you make it. Okay. You're going to have to fake it till you make it. Or a better way of saying that is lean into your intuition. Take the steps to trust your intuition. The way you can do that is to begin to trust little things that you hear. Like if something in your spirit says, I don't want to eat dinner tonight, don't eat dinner. Like listen to honor and listen to the truth of your intuition in terms of how that comes through for you on the little things. And the more that you do it on the little things, oh, I want to go a different direction to work today. For some reason, I just have this feeling I need to listen to the spirit, acknowledge it. Thank you, higher self. Thank you, divine. Thank you, my intuition. I'm going to follow that and just do it and begin to do that on a regular basis so that it's like you're preparing yourself so that when the greater guidance comes in, you listen and you take action around it. So that's what I'm getting for you all. This beautiful high priestess is really about knowing yourself on a deep, deep level, okay? And trusting in your own inner knowing. You have what you need, Pile 2. You have what you need to turn the wheel of fortune and to allow yourself to move through a period of growth in which you can speak into existence, okay? Use your voice. Now, in terms of what you need to do, what kind of guidance, next steps, clean house, okay? Good vibes, clean house. And there's a sense of like organization. And I feel like the divine is really saying to you, like, get organized, beloved. Dream big and get organized. Because as things come in, not only do we need to identify or be in the right place at the right time to get those beautiful blessings that are coming for us, but we've got to have the capacity to hold the goodness. If we don't have the capacity because we're filled up with a lot of toxic energies, toxic people, toxic environment, etc., then it's not that it goes away, because what is yours will always be yours, but it makes it difficult for you to fully receive it, or it may not be able to happen at that direct time. It will have to come back in another time. Don't let that happen. Be ready. Be ready. Okay. So get ready by cleaning house, and you can start by You can start by cleaning your physical house, because in the process of cleaning your physical house, you will be cleaning your mental and spiritual house, which is really the point, okay? Because nothing physical really lasts. Okay, so, and then nourish your temple. Again, deal with the physical to help deal with the mental and the emotional. Nourish your temple. I mean, it must have been why they had the example earlier of like, if I feel like I don't want to eat tonight, then I just need to, maybe my body is telling me that I need to give it more time to process or to do whatever work I need to do. Or if I have the sense that, God, I want to get up first thing and go for a walk, get up and go for a walk, right? Or just even in the middle of, right after dinner or something. Oh, my body wants to move. Do something, put on a song and dance. Do what it is that your body is telling you to do. Listen to your temple, okay? Listen to your temple. And then your final guidance. Let's see. Oh, wow, beautiful. Okay, grandmother dragonfly holds the wisdom. So what you need to know about the dragonfly, look how she's kind of like leaning in a little bit here. Like the dragonfly is that animal, I wanted to say bug. I think it's a bug. I'm not sure. But it is the animal that can move really agilely. Okay. Really agilely. It can move back and forwards, up and down with ease. It kind of, whenever I see the dragonfly, it makes me think of it moving with change. I don't know what that was on the card, but moving with change. Okay. Allowing yourself to go with the change. And there are several dragonflies on here. There are 5, unless, no, there's 6. I think there might be 7, is what I was seeing. Okay, so this is from the Kuan Yin Oracle deck, and it starts with Kuan Yin sort of speaking directly from this Oracle card, and it says, I take delight in life, particularly life that is unexpected, where new life springs from old, which is exactly what's going to be happening for you all. And that which seems to have ended is resurrected into new form. I am bringing you a resurrection now. That which may seem to have ended will yet yield something of value, something of benefit for your life journey and divine success. Keep your heart open and remain in the present moment so you can enjoy the gifts that will soon be resting in the palm of your hands. Ache, yeah, this is so beautiful. This is reaffirming what I was saying to you about this old wish, right? This old wish that you may have buried, that you may have thought had died, is going to be resurrected in your life. And the way to get there to it is to tap into your intuition and allow it to be a guide for you, okay? Do not step away from what you are cultivating, even if it seems to have lost its steam, run out of energy, or be utterly dead in the water. There is something within that you have been working on that is going to yield something of great benefit. There will be much more success, prosperity, happiness, and maturing of your ultimate life goals and journey, intending to what is already in development than in abandoning it completely to pursue something new. If you've been thinking about repurposing or repackaging a helpful concept or product, this is telling you, confirming that this will bring prosperity. Okay. And, I'm also really getting that, this is going to bring success for you. It's almost like it's similar to the energy that one gets within the Mercury retrograde. They say when Mercury retrograde is happening, that it is a time to go back and get things from the past. And those things from the past can bring you success. There is something about going back and getting something, an idea, a concept, a connection that is going to push you on your soul journey moving forward. Okay. Beautiful. Grandmother Dragonfly holds the wisdom. So that's the reading that I have for you all today in regards to what do my spirit guides need me to know right now. You are in transformation. You need to go back and get that old dream, trust and believe in it, speak it into existence. Get ready by cleaning house and taking care of your body, and trust and know in your own inner wisdom and guidance. All right. Fortune is turning in your direction. And that's what I see here. Nurture yourself, y'all. Nurture yourself. And I'll see you in the next reading. Okay. I hope you have a beautiful day. If you like what you're getting here, please hit that thumbs up for me. Subscribe to the channel. Drop me a comment. I'd love to hear know what resonates with you. And I'll see you next time. All right, y'all. Bye. Hello, pile 3. If you chose the turkey spirit and this beautiful joy stone, then this is going to be your reading. And today we're just really talking about what do your spirit guides want you to know right now to help you proceed on your journey toward joy, love, and abundance. All right. So let's get into it. So I pulled several oracle cards and then some tarot cards and then final guidance on terms of what action to take or, final guidance from spirit. So let's look at some of these first initial oracle cards, in particular, like the shadow card, to see what might be sort of blocking you or in the way of you proceeding forward. And you've got outrage. These intense feelings of anger can quickly become destructive. Channel this energy into something positive so that others can witness your strength of will. As I was reading this, the image that I was getting is that some of you may be feeling rage about, for lack of a better word, the state of the world, the state of your world, whatever your world is. But it feels like the outrage is coming from not necessarily internal rage you have, but rage that is coming from a place of seeing injustice or what seems unfair, unright, and not in alignment with kindness or justice of any kind. And that kind of rage is one that sort of can simmer and then get triggered by something. It's almost like it builds and then it's like that final straw hits and it's like an eruption. And so the guidance here from spirit is for you to, rather than tapping into your rage, tap into your joy. And I know that can be much easier said than done. Okay. But there is an invitation for you to be really mindful about what it is that you're consuming and and being mindful of tending to your feelings of rage, anger. And when I say tend to it, meaning like don't ignore it. Like be conscious of the fact that you're feeling a certain type of way, you're feeling a certain type of rage. Find a safe place to be able to let off some of that steam, release some of it, whether it be a close friend that you can vent with or, vent to God in spirit, in spaces you can do some with rage, doing some type of physical activity and allowing the energy of the rage to come through that activity can be very helpful. Seek additional counseling just so that you have a safe place to be able to fully release, speak your rage. Because for many of us, you have every right to be enraged, okay? But rage is not going to serve you as an energetic emotion if it just sits within you, okay? So it's important for you to address it, all right? So that's the first thing. Let's look at your synchronicity cards. Delay. Yeah, so what I'm really seeing here is that it's interesting because it's like there's this delay. Actually, this is upside down. So it's more like the hanged man. There's this upside down sort of feeling of this delay, that things are being delayed. But what's deep to me is that the way I'm seeing her is that like her hair is on fire, right? There's a sense of like internal urgency or a need to like move forward in a certain type of way, whether that be for the world, your greater world, or your internal world, like your actual self, your day-to-day, right? There's a sense of like, I'm like, my hair is on fire because I need to move forward, but things are delayed. There are things that are out of your control that you cannot move them forward. Maybe other people need to make decisions about things, other institutions or establishments need to happen, debt, timelines are what they are. So all you can really do at this time, and the reason why it's probably even more frustrating to you at this time is because you also got this crystal vision. Your intuition, your sight is very strong and is continuing to grow at this time. So you may see the delays as like sort of unnecessary because you know that what needs to happen. Like that you have a greater vision of what needs to proceed in your life and perhaps in the world. I keep getting this for you all for in the world. So I don't know if some of you are dealing with like greater concerns involved in politics, doing, like whatever it is in terms of really like wanting to support our environment even, or just really seeing the issues that it seems like everyday people are not moving on or not getting the sense of urgency. And yet like you have the sight to see that like, hello people, like we need to have a sense of urgency around this because some things can go awry. And I'm getting that for you all, for those who are tuning into this power, not only, as I said, like kind of globally within the community, within your, country, within your world, but I'm also getting it for you personally. So, it kind of, it's like a thread throughout, right? So maybe in your work environment, in your home environment, it's like you're feeling like the people around you are not functioning with the same level or the same sense of urgency that you have around certain things that need to get done. And the reason why you have that sense of urgency is because you've got an innate sense of vision, sight, feeling, inner knowing that some things need to happen and they need to happen quickly. But what the divine is telling you in this particular meeting is to breathe, beloved, because that's all I keep feeling is like, just take a breath, take a breath. The divine is saying, remember that divine time is not earth time. It's not the same sense of time. And so even though you may have a sense of urgency about you, you're being guided, invited to breathe, to just breathe. Be patient and know that things are going to move in their divine flow. Allow yourself to get into the flow so that your anxiety can be lifted a bit. All right. I'm not saying you're wrong for the sense of urgency that you have. What I'm saying is that the divine is saying that time is there. Like that, be patient because time is there for you. The other thing that you have, your path. Yeah. Like, wow, standing stones. Yeah, there is a need. You're on a journey, okay? And you're seeing things, you're being elevated. And so you're seeing things at a deeper, more profound level. And yeah, when I saw this passage, I'm also getting like, it's like the passage of time, the passage of space. There's a lot of, I want to say like doorways or portals in which you are walking through right now, and not everybody around you is walking with you. And so it may give you a sense of a little bit of anxiety around it. I'm hoping that this makes sense because it's coming out very clearly for me. So this is saying that a sacred journey is ahead. Deeper meaning is waiting to be discovered, but you are safe. So you are on this passage, your spirit guides and the divine are literally walking with you. And the guidance that they want you to have today is to just be a bit more patient. All right. Be a bit more patient. Trust and know that what you're seeing, you are not crazy. What you're seeing or feeling is real. Okay. And there is a need to know that there are some delays happening, and that if you just continue to have faith and trust and have faith, things will come to pass as they are meant to come to pass. I'm just keep getting this sense of like, be still, like it's all right, it's okay. Like that's just what I keep getting for you all, okay? So as you walk, you come across large vertical stones standing in a circle in the center of a sacred forest. You know that a step inside this sacred ring is not to be undertaken lightly. It is an act of power. With solemn grace, you enter. Immediately, you feel a shift occur within you. It is as if the floodgates of your soul have opened and there is a download of cosmic information occurring within you. Yeah, y'all, some of y'all are going through some deep, deepening of your work and of your connection with the divine. And when that happens, sometimes it can be a little bit scary, because if you start getting additional information about your world, yourself, the people in your world, and things like that, you need to just trust and know you're never given more than you can handle. And even if it feels like the floodgates have kind of opened a bit, because that's what I'm getting from some of you all, this message for you today is to breathe, beloved. All right? It's to breathe. So that's what I just keep getting. Just breathe. Okay? Let's see what the tarot says. Okay, so you've got the Page of Wands. Okay. The Four of Wands. Interesting. Look at all this red, all this fire. The Queen of Cups. Yeah, that's like your intuition is really ooh. The Tower. But look at her. Look at that strength. And the Knight of Emotions. Okay, so movement is definitely happening. It's interesting because there's all this fire and then it moves into all this water, right? All of this emotional energy, right? So it's like where you are right now is very fiery, which is part of that anxiety energy, right? The Page is extremely curious, is like has this sort of ferocious appetite for learning, for creativity, for passion, for jumping in, digging in, and learning more about that which gives you fire, right? Which gives you passion in your life. And so that is happening. And then you've also, that fire is also leading you to a place of a bit more stability. The Four of Wands really talks about building a foundation, but it's also celebration, right? So the Four of Wands is also about kind of celebration and particularly celebration with friends and family and those that are closest to you. It's like this milestone in the journey where you are kind of building a foundation. If it was a love type reading, it might be talking about marriage of some kind. It's that kind of like commitment, if you will, that can show up within this Four of Wands. But then you've got this beautiful Queen of Cups energy. And so what this is really all showing me is your journey. So you're on this journey right now. Right now, for those of you who are listening to this, you may feel very fired up. You may be feeling some outrage about things. Understand that outrage can also come to trigger a change within our psyche, spirit, and soul, and the work that we need to do to move forward. Because if we get outraged personally about what's happening in our life and we just realize this is not the life that I want, this is not the environment that I want to be in, that outrage can help fuel you into the life of your dreams, right? But it's just about channeling it correctly, okay? And also what's happening for you is there is a connection with the divine, which is heightening your sense of intuition, your sense of emotional intelligence, and balancing that, nurturing, yourself, really nurturing yourself, but really understanding your environment around you, okay? And the emotions of the things around you. And the truth is, the divine is also stepping in to say, something is no longer working and it needs to be stripped away. But what's powerful about this particular Tower card is that she's literally walking on the falling pieces in her fire, in the lightning, in her power, and there's this sense of stand strong in the midst of the chaos, because this chaos is leading you toward this passage. It's like before she walked into this passage, she was timid. She knew that this was not something to be taken lightly. But once you step into the passage and you trust the divine to guide you, then things become clearer and easier for you on your journey. All right. And the other guidance here is to move forward and dream big, because this is the night of emotions, and all nights are about movement and moving things forward. But the night of emotions particularly is in the realm of emotion, and also it has this element of like when pigs fly, right? So this sort of sense of like believing in the impossible, trusting in that which may be fantastical, right? Allowing your emotions to carry you, to really propel you forward, right? So turn any outrage that you have into a sense of purpose, and allow that purpose to draw you out of this tower, out of this breakdown that may be happening, this sudden change, which is what a tower is, like, and move you forward into the realm of your emotional well-being, okay? And that is by taking action and moving forward. So yeah, you're in a little bit of a delay right now, but things are going to be moving forward. And when you get to the place where things feel like they're fully breaking down, I need you to stand strong in that breaking down. Hold your head up high and walk with confidence out of the debris and into your new abundant life. All right. That's what I'm seeing for you all. And in regards to what action you need to take, you've got debt free. So in terms of action, what I would say is just check in on your finances. In terms of getting debt free, the guidance that I'm getting here is get in clarity, honesty around where you are financially, because the pathways, the doorways are going to be open for you to be able to be debt free. Now, in order to walk through those doorways, you need to be informed. If you have hidden yourself away from looking at your finances because you felt like, well, I don't have it, I never will have it, yada, 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 this is not the time. This is the time to get really, really clear about what it is that you have outstanding that you can put away. The other thing that they're showing me is that you are not indebted financially, emotionally, spiritually to anyone in your life. So if you're functioning from a place of being indebted, Spirit is saying, let that go. You are debt free. Your sins have been washed away. Move as if you are debt free, and you will be debt free. Okay. Now, in turn, this is the one group that got 2 self-care cards. You got be still, right? This sense of delay. Here we got her again, right? This sense of delay, hair on fire, all right? But in this case, there's more peace. She's like allowing her whole flow of her body to be connected to the divine. She's smiling. She's more at peace. So this is what the divine wants you to do, is to get into a space where you're pausing, but using that pause to take care of self. And then this says build strength. And what's deep about it is they've highlighted the third eye as well, because it's not only about building your strength, your physical strength, but it's also about building your spiritual strength. All right. And tapping into your inner world to build that. All right. So those are your self-care. And then your final card, you got her joy renders the impossible task possible. Yes. Yes, there is a need for you are a transmuter. Those who are listening to this, you need to transmute your rage into joy, because your joy is going to fuel you forward and make that which you did not believe could actually occur. Okay? So Kuan Yin, this is the Kuan Yin Oracle, and she says in this beautiful card, I have created a big, bold dream in your heart just for you. It will help you fulfill your divine destiny. To manifest this dream, you shall have to give up what you have been holding on to so you can instead open your arms to receive. In dropping your ideas of impossibility or rage, stepping into the joy of the journey, your destiny will manifest, and all manner of miracles shall assist you on your way. You shall have such fun in the process of discovering what you are capable of when your heart is open and you believe unconditionally. When you leap, do it with great joy upon your lips as you squeal with glee, and know that even the trickiest task shall be made attainable through grace. This is really, really beautiful. Pleasure is the key to successfully taking the next leap of faith on your life path. Pleasure, I'll say that again, is the key to successfully taking the next leap of faith on your life path. Okay, so there's a real sense for you all to transmute any energies that are coming in that are negative, even when you're dealing with this massive change, sudden change that may be happening in your life. Transmute it into joy, because joy is your juice, y'all. Joy is the juice to be able to fuel you forward in the next leg of this journey. And that's the guidance that I have for you all today. I hope this was helpful to you. If you're liking the readings that you're getting here, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Click that thumbs up for me. Drop me a comment. Let me know what resonates with you. I'd love to hear it. And with that, I will see you next time. And I hope that you have a joyfully abundant day. Let's go, y'all. You got work to do. All right. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.